Recording in progress. You are live. Yo, what's good? It's me, Brian B. And we back at it. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging in there. I've been out and about these last couple weeks, and I ain't been live on the line. But yo, we gotta live life too. We can't just be entertaining people. I think we are robots or acrobats or circus or orchestras or whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called. But yo, we back at it, yo. Welcome back to the Live on the Line. It is Sunday night. I am Brian B. And you see we got a couple people in the room with us. Of course, JD the MILF. And you got my boy Kyle, Mr. Kyle. What up, Kyle?
How's it going, y'all? I'm doing all right.
Glad you come back on with us, man. Hey, listen, I love you guys so much. I missed you guys. If you guys don't know what we're doing here, let me show you.
This is a breaking news report. Breaking news.
People, it's time to get live on the line.
That's right. We live on the line. Yo, I love you guys so much. Hey, one big thing I got to say, a huge thing I got to say is thank you guys so much. Even though we haven't been on the air, I've taken kind of a hiatus from recording recently. It's been about 3 weeks. It ain't been that long. I know you guys missed me. I put out a couple episodes here and there. But, yo, we got some new sponsors. We got a whole bunch of new stuff going on. You see the studio is a little different. We got a whole new studio set up. You see the cameras and the gym on the other side. It looks great in here. But, yo, check out the new sponsors. Some of the old sponsors have returned. But we got some new people we're talking about. And thank you guys so much for your love, for your support. The show is growing. The entertainment business is growing. I love you guys so much. Check it out. People, check out these amazing sponsors at the Beeline Entertainment.
This is Aaron Peavy. This is my buddy Butch. We wrote a book called The Rhino That Dreams. You can find it on Amazon. Search for the title, The Rhino That Dreams.
Attention to the East Coast film industry community.
Brand new events coming to the Bedford Film Festival. For information on sponsorship, location, and much more, visit bedfordfilmfestival.com.
That's right, get more W. That Genderless energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing. It's there for you. Enter that promo code BrianB and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power. Brand new season of the Allegedly Credible podcast. Check out Lady Faye and Mello Supremo. Great topics, great conversation. Check out Chef Q Purdy of Mama Doe's Cajun and Creole Cafe. That's right, amazing food that can be shipped straight to your door from her website. Check out Chef Purdy at the Bayou Gator Crawfest at the Blue Earth Plaza, April 28th and 29th. Be there. Get your tickets today. That's right. Yo, thank you guys so much. Yo, I've been loving the sponsors. So much. We had Chef Q Purdy, and she, amazing that she chose to be a sponsor for the show. She's got an event going on at the end of April now. It is in the Kansas City area. So if you guys are in that area, please go check out Miss Purdy. She's a chef for celebrities. She's gonna be doing the events for the Bedford Film Festival. They got a lot going on, man. Yo, she got a Louisiana. Yo, listen, I'm about to order me some food, y'all. I'm trying to see yo sponsoring the show. She ships the food to you and stuff, bro. Isn't it crazy? We can get amazing Cajun food just shipped to you at your door. It's the world we live in now. We're just fat entitled losers.
We barely have to go outside.
Tell you, man.
Even pre-pandemic, it was like, if you want some McDonald's, bang, bro. Uber Eats. Oh, you want some, you want this Jamaican, you want this Jamaican joint right here? Oh, boom, there you go. And you just got to pay an extra fee for everything.
That's right. A ridiculous extra fee. We're going to definitely talk about that. Because I ordered some Lyft. What the hell is it called? There's so many of them now. DoorDash.
Uber Eats, DoorDash.
Yeah. And I sat there and I paid for it. I was like some Chinese food, yo. And I got a couple of things. Like $50, yo. I'm like, it really wasn't anything. There was a platter. It was some ribs. And like 2 sodas or whatever. That shit came out to almost $50, bro. And I'm like, if you went in the store, it'd be like 20. I'm like, yeah, they make their money, bro. It was worth it because I wanted it and I didn't have to go nowhere.
Okay, so that's a no. It was there, but it wasn't worth the money.
if I ate it and if I walked in the store and had to go through all the effort that you have to go through to do other shit, regular shit that don't just deliver to you fast, then no, it wouldn't have been worth it at all. And I'm like, well, okay, what the hell's going on? I would have walked out. But like you just said, it's a good point, Kyle, because why are we paying? You literally are paying for the convenience. You're not paying for the substance. You're paying for that shit can get to you immediately, anywhere, from wherever. But I mean,
somebody else will bring it to you.
Yeah.
As long as they don't throw your food on top of it.
Guys, we got one more person in the room with us right now. We got a couple more people coming on. No, Mr. Harris is drinking again. Harris is back on with us tonight. He's going to be back on with us a little bit. But introducing a familiar face to the B-line, back live on the line. I'm excited. I'm glad everybody here. We got C. Hey, Kanuba back at it. What up, CA?
What's going on? Welcome.
How's it going?
Yeah, think you muted.
Audio is muted.
Got you muted over there. Damn, CA, you look different. Yeah, CA been upgrading over here while we've been on a little break. All right, CA's getting her mic situation together over there. We're gonna get back with her in a minute. Go ahead, CA, I'll bring you back in a minute. But yo, people, listen, guys, I had to come back because, like I said, I'm getting to a point where it's really difficult. Like, I don't understand what's going on in the world. But I can't, turn on, a TV. I can't turn on, TikTok or Twitter, whatever, without seeing like all this news of stuff that's going on in the world, man. Are you guys like relating, man? Is it crazy times or something?
You're 100% on that, but I feel like it's not. To be honest, I feel like it's nothing new.
Yeah,
nope, it's the way of the world.
I just feel like we're seeing a lot more because it's not only being recorded by mainstream media, it's being recorded on people's phones, and they just
by each other. Yeah,
like we are also the reporters.
Yeah, Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth, bro. Like that's literally how I've been feeling. Like it is the time of we have our own narrative. A lot of people have their own narrative. Everybody has opinionated, points to that they can distribute everywhere, and you can see it. Yep. People also tell a lot of lies, and that's another problem that we have with all this easy accessible information. But you also have there goes CA.
Okay, my computer was treating me disrespectfully. My bad.
There we go. All right, awesome. CA, welcome to the talk. Yeah, we talking about we just kind of just started dropping into the reason why I'm coming back now is I was going to be coming back anyway, but it's so much going on, man. Even when I took my break, like there was a bunch of stuff going on that I wanted to talk about, but I had some shit I had to do, it happens in life. But yeah, Kyle, like you just said, like we have so many outlets, man. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been thinking about this recently because one of the things that's been going on is they're trying to ban TikTok, bro, and I'm not fucking down with it, yo. I love TikTok, yo.
I love TikTok. I love it.
TikTok, yo. Does anybody else go to sleep and just go through TikTok videos until you go to sleep every night?
On occasion, is TikTok and YouTube for me, on a regular nightly basis.
Got you.
I love it for going live, to be honest. It just expands your reach. Hundreds.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. And you can get gifts when you're live, which is money.
Yeah, you make money, which is crazy. And you see so many people having such different hustle, which is incredible because, you'll have people on there. We just watched, I don't know if y'all watched the fight last night. And, I ain't gonna lie. I was watching it on TikTok. I saw people like streaming it and shit like that on TikTok. Hey, listen, I ain't no shame in my game. But they were streaming it and, people, they got their hustle and, making, getting taps and getting likes and getting gifts. Yo, listen, however you get it.
Why not?
Shit made me feel good.
I'm only irked because I went to see the Super Mario movie with my son, and then I went home and I stopped and hear somebody live streaming the whole movie. When I just spent $27 to go to the movie theater to see this.
They've been doing that too.
Man, yo, I just read that. I don't want to. Sorry to cut you off, Miss CA, but I just read that. Okay, so there's this TV station in Argentina. Just broadcasted the entire Mario movie.
Really?
On their feed, and they didn't get any kind of permission. So people were like, "Okay, y'all are gonna get some heavy fines."
Yeah.
Because we just went ahead and just the whole movie was broadcasted on their TV stations.
They're already washing in barrels and living in shanty huts. I don't think they care. Sue me. That fucking Mario movie was the greatest thing that ever happened in the whole country. I'm sorry. Sorry,
like,
Argentina.
And some people were probably going to argue, like, "Oh, look, the Mario movie is about to make $1 billion. It probably won't lose much." But come on, it's not legitimately out yet.
You can't have that.
King Koopa did that shit.
You can't have that mentality.
Did you?
When people have, I can't stand when people have the mentality of, "Oh, but they'll still be fine." No, that's the stupidest mentality to have, because if everybody did that, then they wouldn't be fine. So anybody who does it has to get treated like, "Oh, you're setting an example for anybody to do it. So we got to make an example out of you." That's just fucking facts. Like,
just like burning CDs back in the day.
Yeah. Even though we all did it, you know what I'm saying?
We all did it.
At the end of the day, you know, it did hurt album sales because you had people
but it also changed the music industry forever.
Yeah. Digital definitely coming in and knocking that in. Well, all right, CA, so you just started up with the Mario talk. How was it? Was it good?
It was great. And fun fact, and this is probably like the best thing I heard all year, Peaches, Jack Black's song, is nominated for an Oscar.
Ain't that crazy? Goofy little song. I haven't seen it yet, so I still want to see it.
What a time to be alive, man. I gotta say.
Yeah, I heard the song, and Jack Black is Jack Black, bro. Jack Black is anything he does is gonna be great. But I know the Sonic movie. People was looking at me. Well, they weren't treating me like I was crazy, but when I was saying the Sonic movie, the first one and then the second one for sure, just solidified it. In my opinion, was the greatest video game adaptation movie of all time ever made. I don't think there's ever been a greater video game movie made. The Sonic movie was incredible. So I haven't seen Super Mario yet, but I was like, damn, they got a hell of competition, because you know Mario and Sonic, that's Sega and Nintendo. That's like, you know, the mascot for each system. So it's really interesting.
Mario, I saw it recently with one of my homeboys, and it's probably the most faithfully adapted video game movie I've seen. Yeah. And then I gotta get, you gotta give it up to Sonic, because they at least try and took it, somewhat seriously. But we're in a time where people are like, "Oh, is the curse finally broken?" I'm like, we're gonna need a few more. We're gonna need a few more hits.
Yeah. I don't think so yet. Yeah, because so many have been bad, from Doom to remember they did the house on the what the hell was it? Haunted House. The house used to play in the arcade.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Oh man, Resident Evil was horrible. What's
terrible?
Called?
I didn't even like that video game.
House of the Dead. That shit was so bad. But yeah, they've had so many really bad video game movies that I want to see Mario. I'm gonna take the kids to go see it. I'm probably gonna see it in the movie theaters. Now that we got this streaming shit, you can forget about it. I go to the movies. If I go to the movies, then it's damn near something I really got to see. Like I don't even know what that really.
Fast and Furious.
Fuck out of here! I'm not even. I will wait till that shit comes on Stars or HBO.
Nah, that shit gonna be dope.
I'll wait the years.
Fast and Furious.
I'm so tired of that shit.
A live action cartoon to the fullest, okay?
Bro, I'm so done with Fast and Furious.
Physics don't make any sense.
Who are they gonna fight next? They got fucking fighting Aquaman. They fought John Cena. Who's John Cena? Peacemaker. They're fighting the DC characters at this point. Shit is boring, yo.
And you got to force a plot line for them. Like,
for real.
Why weren't you here before? Oh, well.
When I saw the motherfuckers going to space, I was done. I was like, okay, this shit is absolutely ridiculous. Now I can't even watch it. I can't even say faithful.
I was like, what else can you do after that? You went to space. What else can top that?
Power Rangers. They fucking Power Rangers.
They should end it.
Did y'all watch that new Power Rangers special on Netflix?
I had to, yes.
CA, was you a Power Rangers fan?
I watched it.
I am a Power Rangers fan. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm a fucking diehard Power Rangers fan. And when I watched it at it was like 1 o'clock in the morning the day. I couldn't sleep. My whole family's gone. They're on their way home now. But I watched it and I was up with the dog. And I put it on, not with high hopes, not with like thinking it's going to be like the greatest movie in the planet or whatever, but just like that nostalgia, and it definitely delivered. It was literally like watching an episode of the Power Rangers from the 90s, like literally, like from the catchphrases to the dialogue. It was good. It definitely caught a lot of flashback. It was a little darker. A little darker.
Yeah.
But it was good. If you're a fan, it's good to like see him again and stuff like that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I don't know why they can't get a good Power Rangers movie, bro. It seems like something that you should be able to do. Just imagine an incredible Power Rangers movie, yo, like them fighting like realistic powers and
the one from 2017 wasn't bad. It was just they
Kyle, listen, I will mute your mic right now. I'm gonna give you the chance. I'm gonna give you a chance to stop talking. Listen, this is how bad that movie was. I literally recently I just tried to rewatch it and I shut that shit off an hour in. I couldn't even
we didn't even watch the whole thing when we watched that shit.
Thing was, they weren't Power Rangers until the last 10 minutes of the fucking movie.
Yeah, that was really the disappointing part.
Oh man, that shit was crazy bad. I'm like, but that's why I started saying it. Like, I don't understand why the hell they can't just make a great Power Rangers movie, yo. They had the same issue like
that
the
Power
Hulk.
Rangers movie was like today's rap.
Yeah, might not be that bad.
Terrible. Yes,
that's saying a lot.
Yes, that shit was.
Today's rap.
Yes, that shit was.
Today's music in general. Damn, we starting off going in entertainment field. Yo, listen, but that's why I'm coming back, y'all, because it's like it's a lot going on. There is a lot going on. A lot of my shows. I've been watching a lot of shows. I've been on like this crazy, like It's CA. Tell me, because I don't know. What's the room? I think we're all like at the age. Like I'm 36 this year. So I'm getting to 40, close to 40. I have 3 kids. My kids are getting older, and my son's voice is changing. I don't know if I'm going through a midlife crisis or whatever, but I'm like trying to find myself and discover shit. Like I'm changing. It's weird. Y'all, anybody going through that same thing?
Kind of. Yeah.
I feel like I'm just always in crisis at this point. It's just like part of my being. Yeah.
I don't know. What about you, Jay? You feel like anything's like transitioning, man?
Yeah.
It's weird, bro. I've been feeling real like I've been like thinking about life a lot. Like, a lot of things that I've been doing, I've been having like certain experiences, business, different things been going on. And my character is changing. And I know it's because of like the development of like, from having, kids and raising a family and just different shit. Like it's changed me in ways that I never thought I would ever be. And I guess I'm starting to like acknowledge it. And I don't really know how to deal with it. So I don't know if I'm like in a weird, that's why I've had to take a break. Like I've literally, I don't know, mental break, whatever, but I've had to kind of get myself together a little bit and restage, restimulate. I don't know.
Days are going by quicker.
Days are flying. Is anybody, you look at the clock and it's 9 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Next thing you know, it's fucking 2 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. And then you're starting to.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. This is adult life. Remember being a kid, watching Power Rangers and having fun, just doing whatever the fuck you want, not worrying about nothing?
Man.
Only days that went by quick was summer.
Yeah.
Word. That oh man, that is so true. That's so true.
And all holiday vacations.
Crazy
and
shit.
The older I get, and I realized this recently. The older I get, like I'll go back to to watching some of my staples as a kid, right?
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I relate to the parents in Rugrats. The older I get, the more I start relating to the adult characters in Rugrats. Like I still enjoy this, I still enjoy the show, but now I understand stuff that they were going through. Everything.
Yeah.
Is to having a baby, to getting a job, to all of this, to all of this stuff. The only thing I can't really, 100% relate to is I'm single, no kids, right?
Got you.
But when they start talking everything from bills to staying up all night with the kids to having another baby to losing a parent to all that stuff, I'm like, oh my God, this hits a lot different than it did.
Crazy, right? It's almost like it was training and shit.
For real. There
were two things from Rugrats that I really related to. One of them was Betty. Everybody's got a Betty friend. Period. Period. And if you don't, you need one. And 2, I relate to Stu in the kitchen one morning making like chocolate pudding at 3 o'clock in the morning in tears. And that I related to that heavily. Just like literally was me.
Stu was the inventor. He was like,
he was the
self-sustaining.
He was the creative one.
Yeah.
Like he was the one that just wanted to stay home and create. And now we have an entire like creator economy in that sense, right?
Very true.
Like,
very true.
You know, and I've watched a few episodes of the new stuff, and when they brought back Rugrats, they basically started from scratch. So now the adults are our age, the adults are millennials.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I can't stand watching anything that gets revamped in this. Yo, that's, we were talking about this right before we started the show today, me and Jay. But the narrative, man. Even with the Power Rangers, like, listen, I understand. You know, we're in an age of acceptance. I mean, it's even more than that. Let's be honest. It's an age of, I want to say, almost deceivery at this point. Like, you have to be fucking delusional to live in this era that we're in now. In a lot of ways, there's no bullshit behind what I'm saying. In a lot of ways, you have to be delusional. You have to forget what the fuck any kind of experience or education or knowledge that you have, and you have to readapt to a whole another fucking logic that's been portrayed in the world. That's just facts. But in the same way, I do understand that you still want to have inclusion. You still want to have people feeling well, and you know, people like, you know, being able to relate. You know, even with the Power Rangers, watching the Power Rangers, like, you know, you always have to include something, and I just keep my eyes out for it. I don't have a problem with it. I just have to keep my eyes out for it, and I'm just open to looking into it. But in the scene where, you know, not to spoil it for nobody, but it's a scene where one of the girls, she's driving a car, and she's trying to do something with the car, and somebody's like, help, somebody's attacking my boyfriend. And it was a guy, and it just had to be the boyfriend. Now, the Power Rangers came out with an age where it was always, you know, it's my girlfriend, my boyfriend, boyfriend. But now it's like everything has to include it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but I understand the narrative is heavily driven to include, for that inclusion. And sometimes I just get frustrated. It's the same thing. That is the same thing with the I'm a strong female character. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you redirect the whole fucking story just to include that portion, it's not entertaining, bro. I mean, see what I'm saying? See, it's always got to be some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even watch a movie fucking believably anymore because you over here got Princess Jab in fucking Egypt, and you know she's supposed to be the queen, but no, she don't need a king. It's fucking getting too much, man. It's like, I don't know, bro. I'm glad I'm not alone because I mean it's been kind of difficult. It's been kind of difficult to enjoy shit, yo. It's a new age, man. It's a new age, yo. I'm not saying that stuff is bad.
Changing shit too much.
It's just so heavily, you know, shoved down our throats at this point, man. Where it's just like, all right, I get it, man. Fuck. Can I just watch something and enjoy the shit? Like, I don't need a narrative every 5 minutes, yo. I don't know. But yeah, that's my rant. I've been going for a minute, y'all. I've been going for a minute. I gotta get some shit out. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot. One thing I can say is I have been enjoying what I've been watching. I've been watching a couple of movies. I did watch I've been doing this thing, I've been doing this thing. I'm doing it a lot more. I have a lot more I'm gonna be posting soon. They're called 10-second reviews. Just quick, simple, to the point reviews of you know, different shows, TVs, commercials. I did one for, I think, the Ninja Turtles movie that had a damn, I can't think of trailer recently. I drank for the first time in a minute, so I'm getting buzzing a little. But yeah, they're gonna be coming out on TikTok. A lot of shit. A lot of stuff.
Am I the only one that's like tired of seeing people remake Ninja Turtles? I love Ninja Turtles. It's like, how many times do you do the same fucking thing? Well, you get what I'm saying? There's only so many times you're basically Russian roulette in it right now.
Yeah, and
it's not just Ninja Turtles though. That's all the shit.
It doesn't really. Ninja Turtles, as a fan, I kind of expect it because of where Ninja Turtles came from. They came from the comics before they were anything else. Comics constantly get rebooted, revamped, characters get redone, people get added in, stuff, you know, stuff like that. So to me, that's no different. The only thing is, because it's a vast universe. They've even done an anniversary movie where they acknowledge other past iterations of the Turtles. So just like just like everybody has a version that they love. Like there's so many versions of freaking Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, there's so many versions of freaking Batman to the point where he is the face of DC, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So if you don't like one version of Batman, like say you like Michael Keaton, right? Another person likes Ben Affleck, right? And another person likes Adam
George Clooney.
They all still
just mention him, bro.
That's the thing. You could always go back to your, to what made you a
favorite,
fan.
yeah.
They always exist.
Best Batman ever of all time is the animated Batman series, the best Batman of all fucking time.
I think most of us can agree on that, though.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
I don't think there's that much argument with rest in peace to Kevin Conroy. I don't think there's too much argument with that one. You know,
for sure. Michael Keaton is my favorite movie Batman, and I'm glad to see him coming back in the Flash movie, which I think is going to be really good. I really hope it is. I'm gonna wait for it to hit streaming. It's gonna really be hard to enjoy.
Kyle said,
I'm gonna no.
Sound like a plane.
He's not wrong for that.
I feel you. I definitely feel you.
Man. No, look. If it wasn't for all the controversy and the fact that they probably should have dropped it on streaming like a year ago, I would probably be more hyped up about this. But based on everything that's happened. With no fault of anybody else involved in the film, but you already know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, Ezra Miller. Yeah, I can say his name. I don't give a fuck about him. I wish they would have replaced him.
And Ezra, look, because the reason why they couldn't replace him is because they already shot the film.
Yeah, shit was done. Yeah, they would have to remake a new film.
Already in the can.
Yeah.
Then they just went out and just did all this stuff that got caught on camera, and they were waiting to see what he was going to do next. Like, oh, should we replace them? You should have gotten rid of them a long time ago after that first video came out.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I didn't even really like him, honestly, as the Flash. I thought he was kind of corny. He was too. I mean, I know Barry Allen's character is like, he's kind of witty, like, saying the thing. He's kind of like, Peter Parker, got that kind of witty mouth, kind of whatever. But I don't know. He was just kind of boring. He was kind of boring with it. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling him as Flash. I think they could have did better. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, I'm glad that James Gunn is in there and revamping the DC. I really think that they can do an amazing job. I don't know, like we were just saying before about Ninja Turtles. I don't know about getting it right or whatever, but I don't know why they can't get Power Rangers. I mean, I don't know why they can't get right the damn, DC universe. Like, have Superman on there and have an amazing
because they were
Superman
rushing
movie.
Through it. They were rushing through it to try and catch up to Marvel. When the funny thing is, DC already had the superhero movie game on lock since
way before.
And they decided after Marvel did their 10-year experiment, which culminated in Endgame and everything else, they were like, okay, we got to catch up to them because popularity, because of all the and they just turned everything into like this dark, gritty. And I'm not saying that not all of it works, but it's like, y'all rushed to get a Justice League movie out when you could have just taken your time, Yeah,
you're absolutely right. And I mean, I'm a fan. I'm always going to be a fan. I'm a diehard comic book nerd. I mean, y'all see the wall. Like, it's always been something that I've always been a part of. I mean, from the comics to the shows to the movies, I'm always going to be a fan. So I'm always going to watch it no matter what, good or bad. I hope that they stop this 4-hour movie shit, because the one thing I do, even though if the movie's good, the movie might be good. And this is speaking on the Batman. This is speaking on Justice League, Snyder Cut. You watch it once and but if you're like me, I like watching movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be cleaning the house and put on Batman and shit like that. I ain't watching it over 3-hour movies and change over and over. It's just too much to sit through, man. It's too much to sit
Did you know that one of their plans was originally to split it into like a 4-episode series?
I would have appreciated that better at this point. I tried to watch the Batman, the Robert Pattinson one again, and I got halfway through it, man. I turned the shit off. I was like, I can't sit through this whole fucking thing.
Too long for you?
That one wasn't even that. I mean, I'll be real. I kind of bounced around with this one a little bit. I think the dialogue was good because it was dark, it was grittier, but the story and the actual movie itself was fucking boring. And a lot of it. And a lot of it. It was a lot that I think they could have cut, and it would have been maybe a better movie. But even the final fight scene and everything like that. I like the Riddler. I liked how rough he was. I liked how dark he was. But it's just like he was just slow. And I know it was like meant to be like the beginning Batman, but he was slow and it was just kind of goofy. And he was more like a troubled teen instead of like fucking intelligent ass Batman. And it was just fucking with me, yo. It was fucking with me. I don't know.
As you say that, I was just watching a Batman story, but it was animated, Batman Bad Blood.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Okay, like I'm going through these some of these DC animated films that I'm rewatching to get some get some development off of a couple characters, right? And Bad Blood out of this whole slate is one of my favorites, right?
That's the one with Deathstroke.
Deathstroke was in Son of Batman and
Batman.
Son of Batman, and then he was in the Teen Titans films. But you have this one. You have Damian Wayne. You have Nightwing. You got Batwoman. All of it. All of in this one. You got.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
So there's a lot of development there, and it's that's why it's one of my favorites. Honestly, it's funny that you bring Batman up.
Yeah, Batman's been incredible, yo. But all right, enough nerding out. So I got a couple of things I want to talk about today, guys. I didn't have like too many narratives. Like I said, I'm just kind of welcoming back. Talking some shit. There's been a lot of shit going on. Yo, first off, like I said, I had some stuff I wanted to talk about even when I was taking my break, yo. Yo, listen, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, so I'm talking about it now. How did y'all feel? We're gonna go around the room. I should wait for Harris to get here. Harris is gonna be here with us in a little while. We're gonna retouch this because I want to wait for Harris to get here. But I'm gonna ask. This is something that happened when I was on break or whatever. This is some crazy shit right here. This is one of the things me and Jay were just talking about as well, man. Let me go ahead and share my screen, which really kind of broke my heart. But I got some questions for you guys to see how you guys kind of feel about the whole situation. All righty, let's go ahead and share the screen with everybody. All right, so this is the story of my little dude, man, my guy here, who sat there and went and knocked on the wrong door, and the guy drew a gun and fucking shot this little kid, man. Little kid knocking on the door. He had the wrong house. He was there to pick up his siblings. And at the same, does anybody know? I think he was like 14. Is he like 14? But he's like a young kid, man.
Early teens.
Small young kid. Like my son's like 8 a size and everything. And when I saw this shit, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I kind of like really felt this one right here, bro, because it was so innocent and like so easy to happen to anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm really strict. I've talked on the show before about how I'm really strict when it comes to my kids. I'm not one of them parents that just fucking, have the liberties of, they'll be okay. I'm always on some paranoid shit. Like maybe they won't be okay. Let me just try this or whatever. And this is one of the reasons why, man, because you'll feel so shitty if you just kind of give like authority and whatever to somebody and just say, hey, just let my kid do this, he'll be fine, and then they not fucking fine. And then you're thinking to yourself, I wish I would have fucking did this. But when I heard the guy shot the little kid in the head of all places, thank God he's alive and he made it, and he's gonna have some shit going with him or whatever, but he's still on earth, which is thank God. But all right, so let me go around the room and just let's start with Jay. How'd you feel when you heard this shit, bro? What you think about?
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Definitely surprising that young man is still alive.
Yeah.
Like, first thought that I found out he was alive, I was just fucking blown away. I can understand the, person whose house that was, because you don't know what's what. So I can understand him.
Really?
On his self-defense or for his... You didn't let me finish.
Fuck no.
Listen, you didn't let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
I can understand him on behalf of protecting his family, not knowing what's going on, what the situation is, but he didn't have to pull that trigger. That's just like if somebody walked up to your door you're not going to know what's going on. So first thought in your mind, you know damn well it's in your hand. So I can understand that, but him pulling the trigger, I don't know if he got to find out what it was, or if he like, did the little boy even get a chance to speak to him? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
Or did he just open that door and shoot? That's what I'm saying. Did he say, "I'm here to pick up my little brother," or did the man just pull it?
Good, Kyle. What you how you felt when you saw this story, bro?
You know what? I'm not gonna answer right away.
Okay.
I am not gonna answer right away because, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I feel like, you know, if I just blurted out everything I was thinking right at this moment, I'd take up too much time, and I don't want to do that.
Listen, man. Hey, we free talking tonight, so please speak your piece. I'm
Floor is yours.
That's why I'm letting everybody go around right now. I'm glad we got a nice, diverse fucking room in here too. We got a female perspective, everything. Go ahead, CA.
Yeah, man.
I'm just gonna say, as somebody who owns a gun, I can't find a single reason you would just open your door and shoot somebody. First of all, if anybody's like me, we look out the window before we even open our door or a peephole or something. I'm not just opening my door willy-nilly with a fucking Glock in my hand, like, "What's up? Happy Sunday." No, I'm gonna look out my window first. And if I look out my window and I see a little kid, I'm not even taking my gun. First of all, unless it's after the hours of 9 p.m. and I'm not expecting anybody, that's the only reason I'd have my gun anywhere near me to answer the door. Like during broad daylight, which it was if he was going to pick up siblings. No, there's no excusable reason for me, in my opinion, that man had any reason or rhyme to pull a trigger his home or not.
Okay.
So.
All right,
this should have never happened.
I'm gonna give you one more chance, Kyle, and then I'm gonna unleash. You better go for I unload on this motherfucker.
Look.
I've been a couple of weeks. So I ain't been on the mic. You better.
Okay. All right. For this is coming off the heels of a recent mass shooting. Okay, so we got school shoot. Oh, not to mention a girl just got a young 16-year-old cheerleader just got shot for a similar reason. She was hit the.
We're gonna talk about it.
And thank goodness. Okay, because the last thing I heard about the kid who ended up unfortunately getting shot was the guy that did it. The story I heard was he was afraid, you know, that he was afraid of his life. He was afraid for his life. For some reason, the kid scared him. So he freaking shot twice. Right. And this guy being in his 80s and obviously has experience with firearms. Obviously, he's not one of these, you know, not one of these people that just got their license or just got their permit and automatically just went out and bought one. No, he's had experience in this. But it baffles me how often this keeps happening. Okay, I've seen statistics, I've seen numbers of how many like shootings and mass shootings we've had since 2006, just 2006, right? And it baffles me how we can't figure out anything to decrease the amount of these things happening. And everybody on one side of the fence is like, "Oh, they're trying to take our guns," and the other part inside of the point is like, "Oh, why don't you have, you know, why didn't they lock the door? Why don't they have kids in school? Why don't you pay attention to your kids? Why don't you listen to anybody who's lost their young child from gunshots for any reason?" Whether it be the gun was in your house and the kid accidentally got to it, or somebody just pulled the trigger at a certain time, or somebody went nuts and the next thing you know shot up an entire school or something. It is so common here. It is so commonplace here. And that's what pisses me off. There is no reason we should be losing this many people, regardless of any age, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of any of this stuff, to any of this I don't care. Like, hey, I'm all for people having the right to bear arms. I'm all for people wanting to protect themselves and protect their family and stuff like that. But what I will say is it's ridiculous how often this keeps happening. Plus, this is the stuff that we hear about. There's so much stuff that we don't.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So much stuff that does not get reported on the news. And that's why we have platforms like TikTok. Right?
Yep.
Because people find, they find other, find other stuff that gets buried, and then or people that it's happening to. Like, I've seen people who are like, can you help me find my little girl who hasn't been seen in like a week? Can you help me find my young nephew who I saw this one guy on TikTok who found his nephew, his remains were buried somewhere. Like, this is ridiculous. We are living in a movie. You know what I'm saying? We went through the pandemic. These shootings have been happening since I was in school.
Forever. Yeah,
right?
Forever, bro.
Be
real. Forever.
I've seen things like, people want to. Did you see? I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place, but there is this. I saw this one post of people suggesting that bulletproof backpacks would help protect kids in school. I have seen teachers who have buckets in their classrooms now, because just in case they gotta lock the school down for any reason and the kids gotta use the bathroom or throw up or something, the bucket's there with first aid kits and patch kits. And I'm like, this is where we are now.
Listen. All right.
Unfortunately.
All right, now for what you just said right now, this is why I got to kind of cut in a little bit. First off, I'm gonna introduce. Listen, he's here. I was saying I wanted to wait till he got here. We got on the line with us right here. We're gonna get right back to this topic. It's a very fucking important topic. Mr. Harris is drinking again from the Harris Height of Pubcast. I'm gonna get it right. What up, Harris? I think he's on. Hey, Harris, I think you might be froze, bro. Did you get it? He's on. Oh, all right, we lost him. All right, Harris will be here in a minute. Harris is here, y'all. Been a while. We got Harris here. But all right, listen, Kyle, you just touched on a lot, so I'm glad you kind of let loose or whatever, bro. Because everything that you said is very valid, man. It is very frustrating. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are frustrated with this shit at this point. And here's my point of view. All right, there's Brian Beeline point of view and shit. Listen, I never like to be one of the ones who are picking a side. I don't pick a side. I like to utilize whatever I can utilize from all sides. That's just my way of doing shit. I'm never do all this or do all that. I'm like, well, what can I do from here that makes sense? So what can I do from here to make sense? And then I use that motherfucking shit, and that's how I work. Now, what you said with the kids having the bulletproof backpacks and the buckets in the class and crazy shit, right? You're like, why the fuck do we have to do this? This is why. Because you have to do the shit. That's
today's world.
No matter how you look at it or what you look at it as, there's absolutely nothing that you're going to be able to do to successfully fix the fucking gun problem in America. Let me tell you, you cannot take everybody's guns. You can't do that. No matter what the fuck. I don't know what fucking listen. I don't know what kind of world people are living in besides just the understanding of complete frustration of the problem. To say, just get rid of all the guns, fuck them all. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, that's like the only option, motherfuckers. But here's the thing: just like defund the cops. No fucking cops. Come on, bro. You fucking serious? No cops. And then the week after, your fucking house is broken in, and you're on your phone just pressing shit because you don't know who to call anymore because you said fuck the cops, right? Because there's some out there that are bad pieces of shit. Okay. The fact is, guns are very fucking validated for the purposes that they should be. If you need immediate protection because you ain't Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan or a Power Ranger or some shit, you got it. Okay? If you're a single mom in a house with the baby boy and somebody kicks in that fucking door, you got it. Bam! The fuck out my house.
T-shirt.
You're on the fucking floor. I'm standing alive because you decided to kick my shit in. You got it. That's why it's important that you have to have a motherfucking gun in your house. I got 3. Fucking all over. I got 3 kids. I put my shit up. I tell my kids. I educate my kids. See this shit right here? Don't touch it because they'll fucking kill you. Just like that. Honest. You know why? Because I want my kids to know what the fuck is going on in the world. You ain't in a bubble. You ain't in a fantasy. Shit happens. And if somebody comes in here, boys and girls, daddy's going to pick this shit up right here and make them disappear. That's fucking facts right there. Feel me? So, on the same token, like you said, people are going crazy, bro. People got fucking issues. People got problems. People got this. People got that. People got worries, whatever the fucking case may be. And they're picking up the guns. They're picking up these weapons. They're picking up these things, picking up a knife, whatever the fuck you're picking up, and you're attacking people. The thing that makes it different with guns is a knife, you got to go and you got to put some fucking work in. I got this one person. 6 people can jump on you while you're getting that one person. But with a gun, you can take out a whole bunch of motherfuckers in seconds. That's why the argument is so valid, because we have to figure out what the fuck we can do. And there's not much you can do besides dismiss the fucking existence of guns, bro. But that's not the full answer, because that's not going to fix. It's going to fix one problem, maybe, potentially, but it's going to open the door to a lot of new ones. And that's where the problem lies, man. And I'm speaking so hard on this is because, you know, everybody feels like they have an answer. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody's tired. Everybody's, you know, doesn't want to see this shit happen anymore. But the fact of the matter is, we have to understand we don't live in a bubble. This shit is going to happen. Things like this are going to happen. How can we prevent them? How can we make the schools less accessible to fucking people just walking in the fucking door? And there's got to be ways to fucking lock down a classroom, better patrol the hallways, better, whatever the case may be. So if somebody does get up in there, we have methods and measures that we can take so the kids are more protected. And it does sound drastic, but let's be real. When we're faced with both options, what's more realistic? To make schools with better security systems or monitorizations or security, whatever the fucking case may be, than to say, oh, we got to get rid of all the guns. We have to understand, like, the solution is not making shit disappear. It's fixing stuff to adapt to the environment. That's the fucking solution, yo. In my opinion, my man who sat there and answered the door, Jay, like you said, when I'm answering my door, see, I heard you say, hey, when you ain't answering the door with your fucking, your gun at 9 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Listen, I got my gun, like I said, in any place in my house. I got not just guns. I got machetes. I got anybody coming to my. I got cameras. I live in a fucking military base. You come to my house, listen, I'm gonna take you out, or you gonna take me out with something that I got, because I got shit everywhere. I'm always cautious. I'm always paying attention. You know why? Because I have TikTok and I have YouTube and I have TV and I have this, and I see fucking videos of people dressed up like Amazon, like the gas man. Hey, you gotta check your fucking, and then 2 people come from behind them and run up in your shit and they tying you up in your fucking house. You in the living room.
I think it's a little bit drastic, but I get your point.
No, listen, it's not.
It's not drastic. It's reality.
It's the reality of it. You can go on TikTok right now. I got a video that I fucking just stitched a couple months ago. That people opening their door, like you just said, CA, opening your fucking door at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hi, my car broke down to the street like it's a fucking movie. All right, and
that's,
you know they car break down, bruh. If they
3 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna have my gun. Is what I'm saying.
If they came to you at 5 o'clock,
I hear what you're saying about Amazon. I do. I hear what you're saying. That doesn't mean I don't have a knife or something to protect myself. I'm just not opening the door with a Glock in my hand in a broad daylight today.
Unless I know who the fuck is there. First off, like you said, I'm looking at the window. I'm like, who the fuck is this shit going on? But even if you do that, you got the motherfuckers who sit there and get their girl and shit. Like, hey, go over there like you mad at your boyfriend. Hey, it's Johnny here. I heard he's cheating on me. Blah, blah, blah. And you like, who the fuck is Johnny? Before you can get that who the fuck out your mouth, Johnny, Tony, Timmy, and fucking Robert have ambushed your ass, and you in there with your child or your family, and your dad's at work or the father's at work or whoever can maybe protect your ass a little bit better ain't there, except for fucking Timmy Johnson that you got at your side. And I tell my girl this shit all the time, yo, no bullshit. She worked from home, and when I'm fucking out, or when I was doing my driving, I'm home now, but when I was doing my driving job and I would be out for 12 hours a day, baby, take this fucking gun and put that shit right in your desk. You know why? Because if something happens, somebody kick this fucking door in and my baby's over here running around, I want you to have immediate access to dismiss this motherfucker as soon as he enters your existence. It's important. It's important. I know it sounds drastic and dramatic, but the fact of the fucking matter is people are getting murdered in their fucking house and they didn't do shit. So what are you going to do? Live in a world like they're not doing that? not accept it, not want to accept it for whatever fucking reason that you have to feel the way that you feel? Or are you going to say, yo, reasonably, I'm going to make sure I'm good. I'm going to have my shit right here. I might not need it. I might need it. But the fact is, you have to use it intelligently. And this motherfucker didn't. Point blank. This old motherfucker who probably doesn't even deserve to have a gun at this point, who knows, with dementia or whatever the fuck he's got going on, opened fucking fire on this little boy who wasn't doing shit. And you ain't going to tell me in no fucking way, and it might be selfish, stinking, or fucking my own thoughts, whatever, that it wasn't racially motivated. Fuck that shit. In my opinion,
definitely was.
Definitely was.
I like speaking of intelligence.
Or are you gonna say, yo, reasonable? Harris, sorry, Kyle. Harris is on. Harris, hey, you got us playing in the background.
I might need it.
Harris got us playing in the background.
You have to use it intelligently.
All right, go ahead, Kyle. My bad.
No, intelligence, because like I said, I'm all for people wanting to protect themselves and getting what they think they need to protect themselves. I grew up with a cop. I grew up with cops in my family. My dad didn't show me his gun, but he showed me his bulletproof vest. He showed me his cuffs. I got to be in the back of the squad car for a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I had my mom, if I had a toy gun, right, she'd be like, "No, toss that." Like I had this one toy gun forever. I got it at like Stop and Shop when I was like 4 years old. It looked like a revolver. It was like one of those things that looked like a revolver, right? So I had it, and then one day we moved out of our original house. I found it in a box, and I just started like acting like I was just shooting it around in my room. My mother comes in, says, you gotta toss that. I'm like, why? Because it looks too real, right? Yeah. And I didn't think about it until I got a little bit older. I also look like this, right?
That's how it is.
There have been kids who have been shot because they brought out a squirt gun and somebody mistaked it for the real thing.
Yeah.
Right. So that was my mom protecting me. My dad didn't even have to tell me once he became a cop that don't touch the gun. I didn't even have to worry about it. But I knew it was there. And I'm like thinking to myself, oh, my dad's so cool, because at this time I'm watching stuff like Family Matters. So I'm like to him, he was like
Carl Winslow
in the house, right? So I thought that was so cool. Like my mom, she owned her own business. My dad was a DJ, but he was also a cop. I'm like, man, that is just so sick, right?
Yeah.
But the older I got, I remember distinctly. This was either after 9/11 or after the Columbine shooting. When they started doing the lockdown drills in school. I thought that idea was so stupid, because if somebody with a gun is going to come into the school and they're going to just start shooting, regardless of if a light is on in your classroom or not, or if your room is like blocked off by like blue and black paper, or you're all together in a line. I'm like, all you're doing is making it easy for them. That's what it seemed like to me. Like people were taking precautions, but it's like it's like what my mom would say all the time. She's like, people are going to do what they're going to do, right? If they have the motive to want to do it, or they just snap, because some people have no real motivation other than, oh, I just wanted to see what it was like.
That's why we say when the shit happens, like that's why you can never. That's why I was saying before, you can't live in a world like I'm the problem. People, of course, want to fix to the problem, but the fact is, you have to understand that there's not going to be a fix to this problem. And I've said this shit before. Nope. You can't act like that. You can call on the manager like you're at a restaurant and you want to put your food back. Like you have to understand that there's something that you have to adapt to and not just change. You're gonna have people who have weapons. Even if you got everybody here with a petition and you said everybody on the fucking planet that ever got a gun, give them here, and they were all in some big ass hole in the middle of the fucking and everybody's gun was there, and you knew because everybody was on the list. And then somebody fucking makes a gun, then that motherfucker got a gun, and then he might go shoot the school. So are you gonna just live and unlock all your doors because everybody's got all the fucking guns? No, you're gonna fucking find a way to still be safe, right? So the thing is, you do put laws, you do put jurisdictions, you do put whatever kind of rules in place to make it a safer situation. Now, I do agree with people not needing fucking AR-15s in their house and shit, and bazookas, and you ain't living like you on a military base. I think that's ridiculous. I understand the reason why there's people who are saying, "Oh, I don't need an AR-15." You got 7 people running in my fucking house. I do understand, but we have to draw a fucking line that's sensible for us to be able to live in society, bro. You can't have Johnny, like you said, Kyle, Johnny having a fucking gun down the street and Samantha dating Johnny, and then Samantha says, "Fuck you, Johnny, I cheated on you with your brother." And then Johnny's like, "What?" And this motherfucker ain't never did nothing in his life, but now until the flip got switched, and then he's got the AR-15, and now he's going to take it out on not even just Samantha, but the whole fucking neighborhood. And that's the reason why you have to say, okay, well, we understand that this gun can cause dramatic effect. Let's find a way to challenge that. And then bam, you can start there. If you have a handgun, you do 2 houses, 2 guns per household. I don't know. I'm not a fucking legislator. Like, I don't know how to make the stuff. But I'm just saying, if I can think it up this quickly off the top of my damn dome, I'm pretty sure the board meeting with 17 people in suits and shit, that's their job, can figure out something so things can be done a little bit more efficiently. And we can't be going through this every single damn day. Yeah, because it is out of control.
There's no such thing as a perfect plan. Sorry to cut you off, but there's absolutely no such thing as a perfect plan. And they have, and I could name a couple, I can name like a couple things in different countries that that they have tried. Next thing you know, it's hasn't really gone the way they thought. But it's like, man, it's very like I've gotten to the point, especially during the pandemic, a lot of us were scared. We stayed in the house. If we couldn't stay in the house too long, we went outside, braved the world, did what we had to do. Right. Me, I would, as a person who looks the way I do, and also has a disability. And while we're in the house being told that, this is affecting more people that have different things, like have different ailments or whatever. It's like, okay, so my family was like, okay, you stay in the house. We'll do the shopping. You stay in the house. So I became extra paranoid for a while, right? Yeah. Fast forward to last, like I'd say like it was last summer. Now usually I go to the Y, I work out, I do my Tai Chi thing, I go to talk to people, stuff like that, get some fresh air. Then somebody who operated a business close to where I live shot somebody, right? Because he was protecting his business, and he shot him. Kid died. After I heard that, I was like, I'm gonna stay in the house a little longer now because it was really close to where I was.
Close to home, right?
It was really close. It was really close to home. I didn't know anybody personally, right? But the fact is, it was really close to where I used to walk. It was really close to my route to where I would catch the bus and go to the Y and stuff like that. So at this point, I'm like, okay, let me just chill. Repercussions of that, though, I had a lot of setbacks. I got really stiff. I was losing tone, all that stuff because I didn't go out and do my routine anymore. But I was trying to protect myself. Yeah. Everything. My point is, everything's gonna have some sort of some sort of setback. Yeah, it's cause and effect. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you're definitely right, man. It's definitely hard. Yo, we got on the line. Harris is back. What up, bro?
What's up, Harris?
In a minute.
Hello, Harris.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. Sorry, I tried to get in on my MacBook. Screen's not working, and I got some new lavalier mics. But when I have the lavalier mics plugged in, I can't hear any output. So I'm just going raw. Hopefully the audio is good.
You sound real good. Sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, what's going on, though, everybody? Man, glad to be back on the B line.
Yes. Glad to have you, bro. We've been talking about a couple of different things, man. We kind of just jumped into this this story with the old man. I don't even know his name. Fuck him and his name. But the guy who shot the kid, man, the 14-year-old boy in the head when he was trying to get his brother and sister from the house, man. He was at the wrong house. Like how fucking crazy is that, man? Like that shit. We were talking about that story, man. I know one other thing that happened with that was the guy's grandson or whatever. Because people, I'm not gonna go too far off, but the guy's grandson or whoever he was came on the news and was running his mouth saying, yeah, he was always kind of like a hateful person, kind of racist and this and that. And and it sucks to say, like, immediately you think of race. And also, I also think about all the other things that I pay attention to with the media and how they're trying to cause division. And it's a lot, man. It's a lot. But at the same time, this little boy got fucking shot, in his head. Innocent kid who wasn't trying to do anything. And I definitely feel like it was overboard. It was fucking dramatic. It could have easily been avoided from this old asshole who should probably be off this earth trying to take somebody young, up and coming, talented kid in the orchestra. You know what I'm saying? Like a good kid. It always sucks. I'm one of them type of people, bro, where I'm cool with everybody. I don't give a fuck. When I flip, I flip. I don't care. But I hate people that try to take advantage of people, bro. Or like, bully people. I'm not that dude. Like I will fucking fight to the death for that shit. Like, I don't like anybody taking advantage of. And that little boy sitting there in that bed, I got a son too. You can forget about it. If I've thought of anything like that with my kid or whatever, I got to tense up now because I see people like you exist. Like, I'd rather just take you out my fucking self, yo. And I know it's bad, but I'm just being honest with you. Like, that's how I felt when I saw this story, yo. It really fucked with me. But Harris, man, how'd you feel about it, bro?
To be honest, this is my first time hearing of it. Oh,
shit.
Harris has been out of the loop a little bit, but I see these trending topics. It's like every week, damn near, I see a thumbnail. Some kid killed or some, another police shot this guy down. So I think myself, like a lot of us, I've just grown desensitized to this shit, man.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I just see the thumbnails. 14-year-old kid shot. It's like, damn, it's not a 14-year-old I know, sadly. So I don't really pay too much to it, but listening to how you're saying, so was this he went to the wrong house to like find his brother?
Yeah, just a quick recap. Yeah, he went and I guess like he was going to pick up his brother and sister, and it was like, I think it was like the neighbor's house. Like there was like the house that was right next door to it or whatever. Yeah. And he just knocked the fucking wrong door, man. Like, and you got to think of it this way also, just real quick, just to kind of like, bring everybody back into like, where we live at today. We started the conversation with talking about Uber Eats and DoorDash and this and that being expensive and this shit. We're living in a world where there's so much delivery every damn day. People don't really go to the stores no more. You're getting shit carried right to you. So you constantly have to imagine, because even when I did it, like I delivered shit to people's houses wrong. I delivered a fucking iPhone to the lady's neighbor's house one time. And I didn't get fired for it, luckily. But yeah, that person got a free fucking phone. Oh, I never got it. I don't even know what you're talking about. For real. Yeah, I did that one time. And hearing this story right here is like, well, if I was still out there working, delivering phones and shit like that, and I did just so happen to deliver it to the wrong house, who's to tell you that I'm not going to be shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say I wouldn't? I'm way more likely to my big ass, rolling up on somebody's house, fucking shoot me through the wall and shit. You know what I'm saying? But just knowing that this little kid went to go pick up his brother and sister, and he went to the wrong house instead of the neighbor's house, and the fucking guy just shot him. Like Jay said, I don't know if he opened the door and just said, "Oh, you're a little kid," and then blew him away, but he fucking opened the door and shot him in the head twice. It's fucking crazy.
And he survived.
So crazy. 80-year-old white man. 80-year-old white man, young black kid, 14-year-old, skinny little, not even a big ass black kid that looks like he's 17. Small little. I thought he was like maybe 11 or something. Sucks, bro.
Man, I mean, I have certain protocol. I mean, I don't live a life where I can't remember the last random person's house I had to knock on, but I do a basic even when I'm walking up behind somebody, even in the aisle, like I'll say, you know, I'll tell them like, yo, behind you, or, you know, coming up on your left, if people are walking and, you know, maybe homie's got his earbuds in, I'll be like, yo, on your right, player. Like, so, I mean, and it's not like he was probably, like you said, he was just like, you can read someone's body language when they're coming to a door. And so hopefully, you know, the prosecutors or whatever on the boys' side can, you know, prove maybe he had some malice or something, or I mean, I don't know what kind of stand your ground laws they have, but unfortunately, that's why one thing too, it's like, I don't know if he was or whatever, but like I'll tell my son, like, don't be fucking walking up to some stranger's house with your hands in your pockets, or you know, like you have to be aware of your body language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
make yourself visible. Yes.
Yeah. And you know, and of course, like make eye contact. I mean, if he's just gonna open the door and blow me off with no hesitation, I can't help that. But like, you know, knock and then, you know, hey, ma'am, you know, how you doing? My name's such and such. Like just off the bat, like really let him down. And oh, you know, or like, oh, is this the wrong house? My apologies. I don't know, man. That shit like that. Years ago, I used to sell the Rainbow and like Kirby vacuums. And we used to go door to door, right? We got a story with Kirby. Yo, and they used to do like cold calls though, to where, you know, they would just send you in a neighborhood and you didn't know whose fucking house. I've worked at businesses where they already knew you were coming, and other businesses, you know, I haven't seen anything like that post-COVID. You know, as far as I think that whole they're still out there in the neighborhoods.
Yeah, they have. I mean, you still got Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons. You know, got a lot of people that will just walk up to your shit and just, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it. But you're making a valid point as well. Knowing all this, not like you don't live in the planet, like we all live in this fucking planet, right? We all in this country, like we know this stuff like this exists. But now, just to kind of not giving him a fighting, you know, chance or whatever, the old man, just if he had an argument, you know, this is an argument that he could use. I don't know if he has it or not. But you also do have people that are running up in people's shit and just attacking you.
That's the only thing I said.
Taking somebody's kid and motherfucking dirtbag.
That's the only thing I said.
Take their kid and go, hey, go knock on that door. And when the person opens, we're gonna run in and shit like that. Shit like that is going on too.
That was my only mention, bro.
That's why it is fucked, bro. Because now it's down to a point where it's like, but at the same time, realistically, I think that you can always come up with a better way to handle a situation.
Yeah, he was wrong for how he went about it.
Door, you know, but that's why it sucks, yo, because you have to have.
It definitely does.
Like Kyle, like you were saying too, like, you know, you have to have this understanding of this is what's going on. You can't just have a side that you're fighting for, because your side isn't always going to be just
always right. Yeah,
correct. Like, so, you know, oh, just don't never knock on the door again. That's not fucking reasonable. Like, you have, like you're saying, Harris, like, you know, educate your kids on body language, you know, educate your kids on how you doing things, like, you know,
how to speak, words to say, words not to say.
Exactly. Change the way that you're doing things. You know, when you're out and about, man, that's how you gotta fucking do it, bro. Like, another good example, you know, off topic a little bit, but the way people are acting, getting pulled over by the cops, man. It's fucking absolutely. It's always been ridiculous. But you have motherfuckers who literally will get pulled over by the cops, white, black, blue, whatever, and you'll say, "Hey, officer, how you doing? I got my hands up. What you need? I'll get you whatever you need." Okay, no problem. And then you got dickhead cops that are still assholes, and I told you not to fucking do that no more, and stuff. I personally experienced it. But you also have motherfuckers who, you know, the cop walks in, "Hey, how you doing? License and registration. What the fuck you pulling me over for? And like, you just fucking racist, ain't you? You couldn't wait to see a black." Good luck, motherfucker. Like, if you think that's gonna ease your situation, good luck. You know what the fuck? Even if it wasn't gonna be a situation, you just made a fucking situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous.
Yo, I turn my other half real quick when I see them police. So fucking, you know, I turn the engine off and I put I got the push to start or whatever, but I'll throw the keys on the hood, windows down. Like I put them at ease, you know what I'm saying? How you doing, officer? Man. But I've only had to do this once because I've only been pulled over once in the last 3 years, but I will record their ass. And the last cop I did. I recorded and pulled me over on the highway. I was just out there, 200 miles in the middle of nowhere. And I was recording. I was smoking a Black and Mild. And he just asked me, like, what I was smoking. Oh, it's a Black and Mild, sir. And I said, hey, if you don't mind, for my safety and yours, I am filming this. Oh, not a problem. I am too. Took my stuff, came back, ran it. Hey, you have a good day there, sir. All right, you too. Thank you. Boom. And it was just simple as that,
Yeah. I've been in some asshole cop situations, man.
Rarely it was.
Been in some asshole cop situations. I've had cops fucking hand me up on the fucking street, pull me, my sister, everybody I was with. Who said you got a gun? Motherfuckers pulled out the fucking SUV, tinted SUV in the middle of traffic and shit to jump out on us and push us out. Jay, shit, we can't even talk about all this shit with cops and raids and shit like that. We had fucking experience in that situation. But also
I work with them motherfuckers every day.
Yeah, man. We've had a lot of different things with cops, but like you said, we've also had a lot of good cops. What's up, bro?
Not to maybe it's on the same topic, but what city did this take place in? And I was gonna see if you had talked about this Chicago, the teen mob that apparently went on a few weeks ago.
That's why I like when Harris is here, because that is
and I don't know if
really want to talk about,
because if let's just say he was an 80-year-old guy in Chicago, and a couple weeks ago there was like a teen mob. They beat up a bunch of people, and all these teenagers are just deciding to get together in these cities where there's no laws and just go rob stores. So it could have been, in a situation like that where he just sees the news and he knows that his next door neighbor, it happened to him. So that could have been a situation. I don't know what city it was in, though.
You're absolutely right. And that's why I fucking love having Harris. Come on, Beeline, Harris is back. And I love, because you always bring that different perspective. And that was a great fucking point. Because realistically, even if it isn't the same city, just being able to turn on the news and see that shit. And I'm not saying that this is right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he had any reason to shoot that fucking little boy. I don't fuck what nobody says. At the same time,
I agree.
You are right about what you're saying. He might have turned on the news and said, "Oh, look at these motherfuckers around here." Even if it isn't just black, even if it's just, look at these young ass kids these days. They don't know nothing. Fuck these kids. I hate kids now. And then you got hate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm checking right now.
Recently, there was about a group of 60 to 100 people. And from the report I read, there was only like a couple of adults, man. These are like, there's a video actually, if you can find it on.
I saw it. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been watching shit a lot lately. Yeah, when they beat up the couple,
and it's just like
apartment.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know. It just looks like a damn like high school, just kids running wild, man. So
yeah. It's crazy.
And if he was a black kid and he looked like a preppy clean cut, that's fucked up. But I gotta say something. It might be fucked up, but I'm sorry if I see one of these dreadlock ass goon kids with the fucking ass, down to the, and I could smell the kush as they're walking up on my fucking driveway and shit like that, and he just got that lean look in his eyes. I'm gonna tense up my shit too, bro. Like,
yo.
Image has a lot to do with stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're not wrong. That's why
I said it, bro. It's not right that he did it, but
you can't just have.
Unfortunate, bro.
Man. You got to be able to pick and select. You can't just pick a side. Motherfuckers be picking sides, yo. It ain't all black people. It ain't all white. It ain't all cops. It's motherfuckers doing shit like you just said. Unfortunately, you got motherfuckers grouping up and mobbing fucking Walmarts and destroying their neighborhood and shit like that. And then you see a group of motherfuckers walking. You think you're just gonna be on some calm shit? Like, oh, it's probably not them. Fuck you. No, it might be them. So I'm gonna fucking take precaution. I'm just saying,
prepared like it is now.
You can't treat me crazy for taking precaution. And you make a good point. This is why it's a fucking good point. And it is rough in this situation. Because just because of what you just said, Harris, that old man that we've been dismissing this whole fucking conversation, you just gave him a validated point. You just introduced the fucking fact that he can sit in the courtroom and say, well, Your Honor, I don't work. I'll make the argument for him. I don't work. I'm home. I have a computer, and every day I just see black people doing this and doing that on the fucking computer. I saw a black kid. I was scared for my life. I opened the door and I'm not all there, Your Honor. And then next thing you know, he got a fucking lawyer that's good or sucks. And even I could be his fucking lawyer and make that shit work. You know what I'm saying? That's what sucks, man. That's what fucking sucks. That's why I feel like, and this is gonna sound fucked up, I feel like the parents of the fucking kid is a lot more responsible than people were saying.
Yep.
Because you gotta stop allowing your kids just to go around. Auntie Tiff and her family, they're very big on spirituality and talking about, like, you know, Hebrew and a lot of stuff. And one thing we were having a conversation about was the fact that we allow our children to do a lot of things like they're, you know, growner or older than what they are, man. Allowing your kids open the door in your house and shit. I've never agreed with that shit. Your kids should never be opening your fucking door, man. Anything could be on the opposite side of that door. Anything. And they don't have enough education on this planet yet to be able to make a goddamn educated decision on maybe I should open it, maybe I shouldn't open it. So you're going to allow your kid, go get your brother and sister from the house around the corner. That's responsibility you just gave your 14-year-old. Maybe it seems like it should be able to be given to him, but that mother just found out, holy shit, I was absolutely fucking wrong because he didn't wash the dishes yesterday, and now he got shot in the head because he went to the wrong fucking house. It's difficult, man. It's so many difficult ways to look at the situation. But at the same time, like we were talking about the gun situation, like we're talking about this situation, this is the fucking reason why educating and preparation and everything that we're discussing with the bulletproof backpacks and the teaching your kids about guns and going to your fucking house and making sure you got protection just in case, it's all valid, man. You'll never tell me, no, the answer is taking all the guns and defunding the police. Get the fuck out of here. Really? So when the Chicago mob comes to your neighborhood, comes to your fucking neighborhood, and there's no cops and you took all the guns, then what? Wait, give them back. You'll never see full circle, man.
And those are the things that I look at is like, I'm just hearing of the story, but I think of, okay, what city, state, you know, does he live in the area?
Neighborhood in that city.
In my head, I'm thinking of literally Clint Eastwood, Gran Torino. Like and the whole gooks next door, the fucking Cambodians and shit. You get your fucking fish heads, get off my lawn, shit like that. Because the little fat Filipino, or whatever he was, like he was punking the little kid, and then like he sees all that going on and he hates it. So maybe he lives in the area like that to where he knows the police ain't coming. Kansas City.
That was in Kansas City. I don't know if they got anything going on. I don't know too much about it, but that was in Kansas City.
Hey, KC, yeah, it's a little rough, a little.
It says that it says they grapple with race and shit. So I mean, like everywhere. I know some places are a lot worse than others. Yeah. Like, there's some places that are. Listen, me and Jay are from up north. Like we're from Jersey, and we live in Atlanta now. Let me tell you something, bro. Racism, like how it is down here in the South, it doesn't exist. I'm not going to say it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist the way it does down here. It's way different in the South than in Jersey. You might get some people who are definitely racist, but you wouldn't fucking know. I'll tell you right now. It's very rare that she'll be like, "Oh man, that motherfucker's racist." You can tell. It's more like everybody kind of just hates every fucking body.
Yeah, I was going to say, like in Jersey, it just seems like you're just a dick. Like, he was just a dick in general. Like,
you don't give a fuck. Mind your business. Leave the fuck alone. We doing our shit. But in the South, and these motherfuckers just openly like, I don't like none of y'all motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, like history can just constantly repeat itself. The more I see and hear these news reports, it reminds me of. You go back in history, and it's like it's really nothing different. The only thing that's different is we have access to more now. You know what I'm saying? Technology.
I'm sorry. Good, bro.
Technology has changed, and and certain precautions have changed. But other than that, it's not that different than where we have been. And that's the unfortunate part about it. But if you try to tell that to someone, depending on who you tell, they don't believe you, or they're just like in shock because they're just now learning it.
Or don't want to believe you,
or just don't.
This
know
is the argument I always say whenever I hear everybody say that, like history repeats itself. This is the argument, yo. History is definitely always seeming like it's repeating itself because we're all one species, yo. We're just humans. Like, no matter what, our basic necessities are exactly what we have, yo. It's what we need. You need to breathe air. You need to eat food. You need to sleep. You need protection. It's the same thing throughout history of every period. No matter if you had rocks and fucking, dirt, if you had, computers and flying cars, no matter what, the same thing that's similar, that's the same in each situation is we're still human beings. At the end of the day, the human species. That's why the shit repeats itself. You know why? Because that's what the one fucking common factor is. So it's like the things that you need, the progression, whatever, in any direction, the things that you need, the things that you want, the things that you see, whatever, you're always going to have that. You're always going to need that. You're always going to see that. You're always going to build towards that or whatever, or try to get better, or try to get more food. It's all coming from the same point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always hear the argument about, like, history repeats itself. I don't think it's history repeating itself. I think it's humanity repeating itself. We're all the same. History fucking changes. Well, not history changes, but environment changes. Like you just said, you went from sticks and twigs to computers and technology. That changes. We adapt to it. We evolve with it, but we're still the same species. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you had a fucking group of lions and you put a group of lions in a cage and you had them in a cage and you put them in a fucking jungle, they're still lions. They're dealing with the same lions. Yeah. If it kept fucking happening in that same way, that same circle would continue to fucking transpire the same way. Group of lions in a cage, release them to the wilds, release them to the fucking, put them in a mansion together in fucking Beverly Hills, and then put them in a reality show, and then put them back in. It's gonna be. You're gonna be like, damn, these motherfuckers do the shit. You know why? Because they're one fucking species experiencing Earth. But if we were fucking adaptively like checking out humans compared to monkeys, compared to zebras, then you'd be like, wait a minute, they do things differently. We do things differently. It's different. That's the reason. Humanity's repeating itself, bro. It's not history. It's just we're fucking
different time in a different place.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. That's just my mentality. I might be fucking absolutely wrong, but I try to pay attention, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have like these catchphrases and these fucking ways of thinking to this, like it's easy to adapt. And I think that's another problem with, like, even what we were saying before, it's always racist. Like, that's a problem because now all we can see before anything is race. I had a big ass conversation with this guy right here, JD the Mouth, and with IT Tiff on one of our earliest episodes of the Beeline. It was like episode 9. And we were talking about Trump as the president. And I was trying to tell them, and this is going to sound crazy, maybe to me, y'all motherfuckers watching it right now. They were saying Trump was racist. And you know what I was saying? I don't think he's racist. I think he's, how'd I say it? I don't think he is a racist. I think he's racist. Now, what I meant by that is I'm not classifying Donald Trump as a racist. That basically puts him in one demographic. He's a racist. That's why he does what he does. No, I don't feel that way. I feel like, just like a lot of people, he might have black friends, like black people who vote for him. He loves them motherfuckers. But he's still got racist tendencies and shit that he does. That's racist. I don't think he is a racist, but people put somebody in a fucking box and it's impossible to take that title from over their head, and that's all you see. So now when you see Donald Trump, it's just he's a racist. Your mentality's made up. Every characteristic that he does is only fucking verified by the title you've given him. I'm just being real. And that was my point. And everybody was attacking me like, fuck Brian, he likes Donald Trump, he gonna vote for him and shit. And I'm like, nah. I just see it differently because it's just different, man.
I think they're all racist. I think all those dudes are racist in some form of a way, but I didn't vote this last election. I'm definitely voting for Trump 24. And I overall fuck with Trump, always have, but like I see how the media,
bro.
I don't know, when the media hates some motherfucker, I like him. And then I actually listened to his he just did an interview with Full Send podcast, and then I listened to one of his rallies the other day. And the only thing that I thought he tried to use some reverse racism is he called the DA of like New York a racist, and she's a black woman. And then so I was like, that's the only thing I was like, wait a minute, this motherfucker tried to use, cause he said it like 3 or 4 times. She's like, these racist DAs. And I was like,
He's
here's
goofy,
no white dude
man.
trying
He's
to, yeah.
goofy as fuck.
But
He's
like,
goofy, yo.
Yeah, he's a character, man. But that's why I fuck with him, though. I like him, you know. And I understand his
He's
speech.
done a lot for black people, bro. He's done a lot for black people that fucking black people don't even know. I wish I had my fucking mother-in-law on here right now to explain, because she sat there and broke it down to us with different legislations that they have for black people now. Trump did a lot for motherfuckers, and everybody, like you said, Harris, everybody watching the media, and he doesn't have the best characteristics when it comes, because he is a fucking character. He's like a comic book character, yo. He really is. And it's not something that you need as a president. I'm not gonna lie, but on some real shit, Trump done a lot of shit for people, bro. He did a lot of shit for people, yo.
And honestly, I mean, just the way he, you literally, when you see our border situation alone and the economy, like, and how he talks about, like, 4 years ago, like he supposedly he sat down with Putin, and he's like, Putin wasn't even thinking about, I mean, he was thinking about it, but it wasn't a real reality. Now, 4 years later, he sees how weak this legislative is, and he goes for it. So he was like, motherfuckers were like, they weren't getting buck with us when he was in office. You know, now it's just like running over the U.S. man.
Niggas was at bay when Trump was in there. That's one thing you gotta say. Nigga, when Trump was in office, them motherfuckers was like, they wasn't fucking around.
Regulated.
But I still feel like I'm sick of these really old politicians, man. I feel like because Trump is fucking, we talking about, he's 70-something 5. I feel like they need to refresh the whole political, everything. I mean, I don't vote at all.
That shit don't make sense.
Yeah, that shit is unbelievable.
I'm right there with
you.
I really don't.
They're all friends. That shit is nothing but a game.
On either
I don't have time to watch or play.
Like, you can't. I can't completely 100% trust anybody, to be honest.
Nope.
For sure.
And that is, that is especially true for the politicians. I don't care what side you're on. A lot of it seems a little too. Like a lot of it seems a little too much like a setup. You know what I mean?
It's hidden agenda, bro.
It doesn't seem. It does not seem real. These past few, since even before I was old enough to vote, I started thinking to myself, I don't trust any of them, and the only reason why I voted is because the elders around me were telling me about how it hasn't been that long since Black people have had the right to vote.
Mm-hmm.
So so they used history on me,
mm-hmm.
and that was the only reason why I voted. Now, one thing I stopped doing is telling people who I voted for. Like one thing I absolutely stopped doing, because I want to keep the people that are in my life. I don't want there to be a stupid conversation over, I voted for this person because this. I voted for this person because this. They're all freaking figureheads. I don't care or vote or like either one of them. I don't care what I don't care what state you're from, what side you're on, red, blue, whatever. It all sounds like gangs to me, to be honest. It doesn't. It sounds like how a lot of us have seen things in movies, and now it seems like a lot of stuff from the movies is kind of happening.
Oh yeah, I mean that's every the story storybooks, bro. Like it's literally. I feel like I've always felt this way, but media has always been like the commercial for life and shit. Like I don't know how to say it. Like it's always been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fantasy has always been, your imagination runs wild, this and that or whatever, but they always say, like, all fiction comes from some truth and shit like that or whatever. And I think that that's a lot that you're experiencing nowadays, especially now, like, where, like I said, I live on TikTok, and I'm pretty educated. Like I'm pretty intelligent, to where I can kind of filter bullshit from, okay, maybe this is kind of credible or whatever. And you see a lot of stuff now about like your mental state, your physical being, and taking care of yourself and reversing diseases, and just by eating correctly, and getting shit. It's a lot of information that's being sourced now that people are able to get that we've never been able to get
and
before.
Very short bites too. It's like,
exactly, yeah. Not even like full 428-minute videos, but now you can get a little quick 3-minute video and completely kind of understand how to do things differently and change your whole fucking life in a way. And it's very interesting. And I've been sitting there watching stuff like that and really taking that stuff in and using that to help kind of like understand, like, from the alien shit, that's been something else that's been unbelievable with what's going on. Literally, we're living now in 2023. We live in a world where not only the government, not the news, and nobody talk about it. That's what's fucking crazy. We're talking about all this other shit, but not even this conversation right now. We should be starting this conversation, but because, like Harris said, we're so it's so diluted to us at this point that it's not even like big. Like the fucking government is coming out saying, "Hey, we're investigating 650 different unidentified flying objects in our atmosphere." That's what's fucking crazy, bro. Like, it's being established. They're coming from the ocean. Everybody's been thinking about they're coming from the sky and shit. They're coming from here. Motherfucking shit's here. It's unreal, bro.
They got a lot of stuff going on underneath that it makes me think like, okay, a lot of what we see is space is exactly that, space, empty, right? If you go deep enough under the ocean, there is so much that we don't know. There are species that I'm just now learning exist. I'm like, where did y'all come from, and how did you develop your survival instincts? Some of these things don't look like they should exist, but they've existed longer than we've been around. So I'm like, why are we not investigating this a lot more than we're investigating what's going on in space? I'm sorry.
All that Antarctica shit that everybody keeps talking about, the Antarctica and what Antarctica. I'm telling you right now, bro. It sounds like it's sci-fi talk until realistically we're starting to get into a world, and it might be that Project Blue Book shit. It might be whatever. But at the same time, we're getting into a world where we're starting to understand that, hey, everything that we've been telling you isn't real. We live in a world where there's too much information that these motherfuckers can't keep up to hide it anymore. So what the best way is to try to make it seem like, oh, that's not real, that's fake. Like I've said this story a million times. You can go up to somebody and say, hey, there's a bear outside. It's a bear. He's running around. And then you fucking sit there and you look around. There ain't no bear out here, dumbass. And then when somebody does and says, nah, there is a bear, I'm going to show you. They put a fucking bear costume on. And you walk outside and you find out this asshole has a bear costume on. Then the fucking bear comes back and it's the real bear. And you're like, that's just John. And then the bear rips the fucking kids up. That's the world we live in now.
I'd be the first one to run. You tell me there's a bear, I'd be the first one to run because there's bears around where I live.
People don't, man. Motherfuckers living like, not even understanding, like, hey, that's not real. Like, you could tell anybody, like I said, we don't even care about it. We're desensitized. Fucking understanding there's different worlds, man. There's so much going on, bro. I think we live in a fucking dream, yo. I think it's all dream. I think this is all some simulated shit. And our realities, our mental state, we don't know. When you die, you just died in the video game and shit. And listen, I might sound fucking crazy, but I'm telling you right now, after this, all the shit that I've been researching lately and just like understanding and trying to understand and filter, bro, Elon Musk and all his shit and everything he's doing. Tesla, Nikola Tesla, that's another motherfucker, bro. It's been people throughout humanity,
they should have been
bro.
listening to Tesla when he was alive. They should have listened to that dude.
I think Tesla was a fucking alien, yo. Did you ever see pictures of him?
Yeah.
He literally looks like an alien. Let me show you this motherfucker, yo. Did anybody else? Everybody got silent. Y'all be talking too fucking different level for y'all. Y'all want to talk about some pissing on people?
Nikola Tesla. When I saw a few documentaries, I saw a few documentaries on him, but I feel like we should have been learning about him before Thomas Edison. To be honest,
I'm telling you, yeah, Edison and Einstein.
Einstein I did a report on Einstein one time for school, and I had one recording of what I thought was his voice. Unfortunately, it didn't come up by the time I had to do the project. But I'm like, this guy was really just really interesting. And now, thanks to a lot of educators on TikTok who have taken the time to actually do more research on the man, I'm like, okay, there might have been a reason why we didn't learn about him immediately, but
shit with him. That's Tesla. He look like a fucking alien. Yo, look at his head.
He doesn't look like an alien to me. He looks like something. He looks like he's from Oz.
He does.
Because look at the dude. Because look at everything from the hair to the mustache. He looks like he's one of the people living in Emerald City. He got that kind.
He looks like a villain.
Look, you told me he don't look like an alien, bro.
He looks like a villain.
One of them grays.
He looks like
on the right looks like an alien.
Like he black. It's black and white, but it's gray. That's what it is. He's gray. He's a gray alien.
No,
he looks like a fucking.
He's not an alien.
He looked like one of them creative players in the old ass video game.
Look at this shit. This is the one I saw. Look at this motherfucker. That motherfucker's an alien, bro. He's still alive right now. You think he's dead? He's the one making all this internet.
Hey.
Everything.
The funniest looking motherfucker is that Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA. When David Stern passed the throne, bro, and I first seen this dude, I was like, "What?
Yo, B, check that motherfucker and look at him.
What's his name?
Adam Silver. Be prepared, yo.
Adam Silver.
Yeah,
yo,
NBA
he even got black eyes, bro. He got these beady black eyes.
Oh yeah, he really does. He's a fucking alien for sure. He's a gray, a blue, a green, all of that shit.
Yeah. I was like, where did they get this dude from?
I was shitting myself. I saw him outside.
That bald. That's all hair.
We have to get you.
That's hair.
Look at this motherfucker, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That listen, that's Professor X's great grandfather.
Looks like he owns every car company.
Looks like
that nigga created the Fire Stick.
All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and jump into another time. All right, that was some deep shit right there, y'all. I like that comment. Like I said, I ain't been back on in a minute. I've been wanting to talk about a lot of shit, man. I've been researching and watching movies and shit. But yo, this is something I wanted. Harris, I was waiting for you because I wanted you to be on. We were talking about this right here because I wanted to talk about this when it happened, but I missed it. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about, and everybody, I'm pretty sure, saw. They're not really talking about it no more. But this guy right here, everybody's best friend, Mr. Come on, bro, shit's slow. Mr. Tekashi.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh!
Another motherfucker.
I'm going to see him in June. I can't wait.
Yeah, I bet. Listen, he can't wait either. You know why? Look at this motherfucker. Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, geez.
Somebody beat his ass.
Yeah.
Woo. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of kick this one off a little bit, and just kind of
kick it off. You already got kicked.
Let me tell you. All right, so listen, when I heard this story right here, first off, let me say this. I don't really got a problem with this guy. I don't really give a fuck about him. I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever heard one of his whole fucking songs. I've heard a couple of the songs.
Be glad.
I don't think I've ever really listened to his music at all.
Be glad.
But I know that what I've heard, I haven't wanted to. It hasn't like inspired me. Like, oh, I'm gonna check his album out now. I was just like, okay, this is another motherfucker that really just does stuff on a mic. And I have heard that he talks very reckless. I've seen him videos and interviews and stuff like that. He talks very reckless. He's very about it. And apparently he's not, which is, like a lot of these motherfuckers that's out here now. So when I saw the video, after him going to jail and all that shit or whatever, I was never one of the ones who was like, oh, I can't wait and shit like that or whatever. But when he did get his ass kicked, I did kind of say, well,
the time was coming.
Hey, we can't say we didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people kind of felt that way. I mean, there was some people saying some real ruthless shit. I don't ever really agree with that, except for like, that guy who shot that little boy. Hey, fuck him. Like, yeah, whatever. Or, but I never really had a problem with 6ix9ine. I don't really care about him. He's not really a figure to me. I don't understand how the fuck he's so rich. He's so goofy. But all right, let's start with CA on this one. CA been quiet. I don't think she's been enjoying our topics. All right, CA. How you feel when you saw 6ix9ine got his ass kicked, man? He got some retaliation for his mouth a little bit.
You know, it's kind of like what you said. It's not a shocker. It's not. If you run your mouth, just be prepared to throw hands. That's it. He wasn't ready, and he got his ass stomped. It is what it is. That's really all. Did he deserve it? It wasn't necessary. No, of course not. But if you're going to run your mouth, be prepared to throw hands. That's just it. I'm from Philly. So back shots to gunshots is a love story here. If I run my mouth, I need to be prepared that someone might want to beat my ass because of what I said. That's all.
Oh, it is. Rules of the
That's
game.
just life.
Harris, I got to go to you, bro, because I feel like I love Harris's perspectives. He's going to give some different shit. Harris, what'd you feel about 6ix9ine first off, bro?
I can't believe he'd been alive this fucking long, dude. I thought this dude literally would have been murked. The streets, like Troy Ave said, yo, the streets is a myth at this point because you got I was keeping up on the 6ix9ine wave in 2019 and shit like that, 2018. And this dude was just, he was talking so much mad shit. And then you got guys like, P&B and all the rappers we can name that get killed for less. And they're not even putting out half of that energy. So when I seen this one, the first thing I thought was, okay, it might be staged, it might be a little something. The second thing I thought was it's still not good enough. I was like, yo, this dude got off easy again because if you get caught in the bathroom like that, it could have ended up so much worse for this dude. And I thought they went light on him. I guess it was a father-son tandem. I thought he got off light, and I don't have nothing against 6ix9ine personally, but just based on how his persona was in the media, I honestly can't believe he's still here, dog. Like I thought he would be taken off the map. I mean, there's a YouTuber, Savage Studios, that got gunned down a couple months ago because he was in some YouTube beef, and he was talking shit on YouTube, and then some dude killed him in a barbershop or some shit. So for 6ix9ine to keep walking around, I don't know, man. And it's no secret that he is an informant or a snitch. So I think maybe cats are a little. I was happy because the general perception has been people are scared to touch him because he's protected by the feds. So when I did see that, I was a little. Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines because I know he's a snitch and shit, but I was thinking more along the lines that, like you're saying, I don't think people take him serious. I think that it's one of those things where it's like you see this loudmouth little barking chihuahua, and you look at him, and he's got colorful hair, and he's a fucking clown. And you see a clown, and you're like, "What you saying?" You catch him in the bathroom, and you don't bust his shit open, but you grab him, you smack him around, stupid ass, shut the fuck up, and you put him down. And even when he gets up, he brushes his hair back and says, "No, you guys beat me up, man."
Fucking clown. That scene when he was in those high ass shorts and he did like this and whipped his hair around. I thought that was a girl, dude. At first, I thought that was a girl.
World we live in.
And he was like, it just blows my mind that, like you said, he's still on in some form or fashion. He's still out here getting paid. I seen him, whether I don't know what the fuck. To me, he's just a puppet. He's like he's a complete government agent at this point. And just a side note, I was disappointed in all the brothers from New York that would. I mean, if they were gonna use them like a crash dummy, which maybe they did or didn't, but for him to just go around talking so brash and so bold, and then because he can still he has that out, right? I was messing with the Bloods and the Blacks because of this and this. He can kind of retreat, and maybe the Latin community will accept him in some form or fashion. But I just felt like there was something there too, where it was like like damn, bro, like why did he become the face of the New York Bloods for a period of time? That shit kind of like boggled my mind, you know.
I don't think people take that nigga serious at all, man. I think he's just a fucking character, yo. I think he's just a character, man. But I feel you. I feel the same way you did, because when he got out of jail, I was like, his fucking days are numbered. And you see so many other people. I mean, that's a whole nother story right there with the rappers getting killed. That's different. There's a lot of shit with that. That's not just street beef. That's industry shit. At least in my opinion, somebody who knows the industry as well, who's spoken with people about it, there's a lot to those fucking stories right there. Especially in the days we're living in now. There's been more. Another thing about, like, I'm telling you, TikTok is definitely big. But like I said, I'm always trying to like make sure I correct myself, because I don't want people to say, "Oh, I'm going to TikTok to get all my information now." No, stupid. You can't just fucking just go to TikTok university and think that you're a genius now. You have to be able to filter out, like, oh, that might be bullshit. Everything I see, I think, like you just said, Harris, I don't know if it was fake. It might have been staged. It could have been. Everything can be some bullshit. But there's some shit that you got to look at and say, man, if they are bullshitting, that's a lot of coincidental shit that's involved in that story there. And you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, the industry is fucking crazy, man. We're learning a lot of shit. Kyle, what you thinking, bro?
Personally, when I heard that it happened, I only felt bad for him when I saw the pictures and everything. I felt bad for him, but I wasn't surprised at all. Yeah. I was like even though his music I wasn't really vibing with it, right? But it didn't surprise me that he got the whooping that he did. You know what I mean?
He called that shit a whooping.
That was all that.
It wasn't what it was, honestly. It wasn't a beat down. It was a whooping.
It was and it was very, but also it's very, it's very public. Like, imagine if this was, say, like 20 years ago. You'd have to wait until the newspaper came out to get the pictures. Now you can get them almost instantaneously. Like, if somebody wanted to beat your butt, right, they could record it while they're doing it. So
that's why it's harder to bullshit. That's why it's harder to bullshit now, because you get instant.
So it's very hard to differentiate what is real and what is fake. I'm thinking that that's real, but at the same time, I'm not surprised, not one bit, that it happened.
Yeah.
I wish I felt differently, but I'm not. But given this dude's history, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, you're right. Jay, you feel the same?
I think that was an inside job. That was somebody from his own team.
Ooh, yeah, possibility there.
It was in the gym. It happened in the gym. Where the fuck was his security?
Yeah, but they said the guy who did it, had just got released. He had just got released. I definitely agree.
That's what I'm saying. Where was his team at, though?
I don't know.
Good question.
None of them motherfuckers go anywhere alone.
Yeah, I don't know.
And just for that shit happened just because his name is Tekashi. Just because that nigga's name is Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, there could be, just like those island boys or island kids, those two white weird looking kids.
Oh my gosh!
There was, I don't know, something came out, or their manager came out and basically said a lot of their shit's stage prop. They don't really have money like that. And then, Tekashi, he was signed to Lucian Grange, and his father is, or whatever, is like one of the most powerful dudes in the industry. I mean,
I know that.
I think, and then Tekashi's, he's always in Dubai and he's stunting with these different Lambos. But man, a lot of cats have been like exposed on that whole, whether it was Dan Bilzerian or a lot of these like YouTubers, it really is for show. It's Airbnb, it's rented cars. It's, he knows a Dubai billionaire and he's cool with him on some rap shit, and he uses that for his leverage to look like, yo, I'm in Dubai, iced out. When in reality, I mean, I look at honestly Tekashi and I see to me like a sad young man, like sad,
Good point.
Because you came out with your mouth so hot, and then everybody knows, like, you know, your baby mom got ran through, and all this stuff, and it's like to take back all the tats and all this, it's like, it just looks like, dude, you're kind of fucked, bro.
You'll never be able to. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. That acknowledgement right there too, bro. I've been hearing that recently a lot, and it's actually been kind of forcing me to kind of, like, you know, look onto what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a couple of times where I've thought about, hey, do I really want to do this in general, just because of making different comparisons with, being celebrity typed, being, you know, any kind of influential figure. People see the glory of fame, especially when they don't have a lot or when they're trying to obtain a lot, but you don't see that fucking downside, bro. I've been watching a really good show. Next week, and I'm going to announce this real quick for you guys. I want everybody to come back, you know, whoever wants to come back next week. Next week, we're going to have more of a lighter show. I want to talk about some, like, we kind of started it off this episode, talk about some new movies, some new shows and shit that are coming out. We're going to do kind of like a entertainment-based live next week. But, yeah, I've been paying attention to, like, you know, the downfalls of you know, everybody being in your business constantly. And when things start to not go right, and, you know, people, you know who's going through it now? Fucking Drake from Drake and Josh. He's really going through a lot of shit, man. I heard him. He actually came on a podcast and was talking about, like, the whole situation with him. Yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? Drake Bell, the Drake and Josh from Nickelodeon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he had that scandal where, you know, he was supposedly talking to the 16-year-old girl, and he was saying, like, inappropriate stuff to her and shit like that or whatever. But apparently, and this is the problem. This is the big fucking problem. I don't even know if it's true or not. But apparently, that's not really what happened. It was a different kind of situation, and that wasn't really what happened. He was on the podcast talking about it, like, hey, it got kind of misconstrued and blah blah blah, and, you know, once it kind of went out there, that's what everybody just thought. So everybody just kind of immediately, you know, classified it with it. That's it. You know, that's how easy it is to flip somebody's ass, you know, on a different page, man. So we love you, Drake and Josh. He did this. Somebody just said it. It doesn't even proof it was nothing. Somebody just said it, and then immediately you're discredited, you're dismissed. You know, you're attacked.
History, all that shit.
He fucking said he's, like, suicidal. His wife is leaving him. Like, you know, he's going through the challenges that he's having to face now of his fame and his popularity is fucking devastating. And it's really a cause for, you know, anybody who's interested in this industry to understand that that's the flip side. It might be good when everybody loves you, but you got to remember, in all relationships, love and hate, it ain't always great. You got that one moment where you got that motherfucking wife that's mad at you, and you like, oh, what this girl gonna leave me, take all my shit, my kids, and you fucking stressed out until y'all piece it up, and but that moment is still reality. You know, it's fucking there to happen. And I'm just noticing that a lot more with these situations like Tekashi. Like you just said, Harris, was a good point, because he can't take a lot of shit back. If he wanted to just say, man, I wish I never did this shit, he can never do that. He can never, unless he moved or killed himself like Michael Jackson and Tupac and them and shit. Like,
yeah, you know,
that's why they do it.
His best thing, if I was his, like, PR guy or his manager or just his homeboy, right, or if I was him, his best move was to come out of prison, you know, have his team, Tekashi's fucking praying every day, working out. His best thing was to, like, come out of prison, cut that bullshit ass rainbow hair off, and rebrand himself as a Latin R&B kind of, like, go into that lane. And then I was thinking, like, do a talk show. The motherfucker should have went on Ellen, Dr. Phil, and you know, I was just confused. I'm sorry.
Humble himself.
You know,
yeah.
I didn't know.
No,
I didn't know what was going on.
Truthful shit. Yeah, you're right, bro.
Like because literally, when you think about it, America loves a redemption story, and that shit he was talking, some of the harder hip hop community would never take him back. But there's so much of a larger, and he was still young, and I mean, he could, if he did it right, he could be on the box of Tricks, you know, fucking Tricks.
Yeah. but
Lucky Charms.
Harris, you're making a good point, but the fact is, he would also have to be. Well, I mean, I guess he wouldn't have to be, but people would see through it eventually if he wasn't. He would have to be genuine.
Yeah,
want to do that. Yeah, you'd have to be.
Yeah,
genuine.
absolutely. Yeah. That's the only way that would work.
Right,
I mean,
though.
if he was truly genuine, and he just said he came out, did a big interview, and said, I was caught up, and this happened, and then play, my girl, they slept with my baby mom, and he could gain that like audience, and then he killed it. He killed it with some fucking Latin fucking reggaeton, him and fucking Bad Bunny or some shit. Mommy, all this shit. Oh, the bitches will be loving his ass, and then the little kids and like, but that's my marketing brain. That's what I would have done. Shit.
Yeah, now you're right. You're definitely right. But like we all just said, I don't know. I think it would be a great fit. I think I think repackaging himself and really kind of, unless he just enjoys it, man. Some people are just fucking suckers, man. And ain't nothing that you can really do about it. It's just some people just got to learn the hard way, no matter what. He wants to live that life. I think he personally enjoys living that life. It's worked amazing for him. I mean, he might have got his ass kicked, but this motherfucker is richer than our wildest dreams. And he's goofy as hell. But there's probably still a sadness there. But there's a sadness here too. I'm fucking broken. It's yin and yang, man. Whatever. But it is what it is. Yo, guys, listen. I'm not gonna hold everybody up. We've been on for a little 2 hours. Been nice coming back, man. I missed you guys. I miss talking in general, bro. Like, I don't really do too much. Well, actually, I've been doing a lot. But like I said, I want to come back on next week. I want to talk a little bit more, have like more of an entertainment based show. I enjoy talking about the new movies and shows. I've been watching fucking Bel-Air, man. That's a really good fucking. Anybody watch it yet? Bel-Air is good.
Oh, the remake,
bro.
no.
It's good. Yo, it's good, man. Yeah.
The thing is, it's surprisingly good. Like it's
really good.
It's one of those things where like this is a straight up and down reboot, tonally and everything, and it works.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It works.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and I'm not a drama guy, but I really enjoy the shit. But there's a lot of new shows, a lot of new movies. I watched the fucking Cocaine Bear. Oh, fucking crazy, yo.
Not watching that shit.
I want to talk about some shit. So anybody who loves movies and shit, we're gonna do entertainment. Yeah, Jay, you need to get up on.
Sounds good. I plan to go see Air this week. I took my kid to see Super Mario's, and I want to see for some. I don't like horror, but I want to watch that new bullshit Scream for some reason. I don't know.
I heard it was good. I heard it was really good. Did you watch it, Kyle?
Yeah.
Horror's not really my thing, and I'm wondering to myself, how many sequels do you need for one?
I've heard it was
franchises,
Yeah, I want to see that fucking Evil Dead. I'm an Evil Dead guy, bro.
That's what I want to see.
Shit, I love Evil Dead, even though it's not Ash, and Ash is the chainsaw. Whoever don't know, it's the fucking chainsaw hand and the boomstick. Ash, what? Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, the fucking remake for Evil Dead, the one with the chick. That was really good, actually. If anybody want to watch a good movie, that was really good. But this one looks really good too. I like Sam Raimi, bro. He's fucking great. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some movies and show. I want to get back to some entertainment stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. So anybody wants to join, please come back. If you guys want to join, thank you guys for welcoming me back. I can't wait. Hey, we have all 4 episodes of the shows from the Beeline Web Show. We have Straight Through the Ropes. We have the Beeline Entertainment Show on Thursday, and then we're gonna have another Live on the Line. We're back with all 4 shows for the next couple of months. Like, I'm not stopping. I took my break, and I'm back, so we're going full throttle. Make sure you guys check out everything. Like I said, we're back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You can see we got the W up there. I'm gonna get all our sponsors are gonna be on the wall. Thank you to all the sponsors as well. Thank you to JD the Mouth coming back on with your boy Brian B. Shout your shit out, Harris.
Harry's drinking again. Pubcast.
There you go.
Having me. I don't have my soundboard, but hopefully next week I'll be everything ready to go. I don't know what was up with my face webcam on my shit tonight, but I'm glad I came through.
Yeah, man.
Shout out CA, shout out JD, shout out Kyle E, and of course Mr. B Line ENT.
We here,
you
man.
know,
We here.
and
We killing it.
yeah, check me out on on Harris to Drink It Again. I do my show live every Thursday night.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's that.
Yeah, we gonna,
and I
Harris,
appreciate it,
we're
man.
gonna get you guys. Thank you, bro. We're gonna get you guys. I am going live with all of my shows now as well. So anybody who wants to jump in, or we talking some shit or having some stuff, I might have a couple interviews here and there. But I'm kind of turning it into something a little different. I had fun with the celebrities. I had fun with all that stuff, but we're going back to the roots and a little bit different than we've ever done it before. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Live on the Line really started. CA, what you been up to?
Well, as always, if you're in my area, I've got my monthly comedy show every second Saturday, the All Cap Show. My Just a Tip podcast is coming back. I was editing all my old episodes for my new theme song. So I'll be having that coming back. That isn't live, though. It's pre-recorded just because there's so many different things that I put together for each topic with different people. And yeah, I think that's it. But you can find everything about me and what I'm doing at caknubel.com, as always.
Awesome. And Kyle, go ahead, man.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you can catch me on the Brain Entertainment. That's where we, love to nerd out and talk about different facets of the nerd and geek spectrum from different places and different perspectives. And you can always check me out on A for Able. That is my mental health and disability podcast, where I talk to people living their lives, living with different challenges, and not being put in a box. They're telling it from their perspective, not a medical perspective, not something that they heard on TV. It's their lives, 100%.
Awesome.
100%.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I'm about to drop some heat on both platforms very soon. Big ups to everybody who's who's doing something for Autism Awareness Month. It's coming to a close, but really we should be aware of all these things, regardless of whether we have a holiday or some kind of awareness month or not. These are these things are real. You know what I'm saying? These are people, and we're just here telling our stories from our perspectives. And as far as the nerdy stuff, anybody's welcome to just
I gotta get on, bro.
Like me and B, and anybody who wants to join in, anybody who's got a hot take on a movie or anime or anything like that, come join us on the Brain ENT. We talk about everything and everything. So it's everything I got going on.
That's what's up, brother. Check out y'all see my dog? Come here, King. Come here. Y'all probably can't see him too much with the thing. Got me a big ass pit, yo. He's the sweetest dog, though, man. I was so against him, but I'm so happy that I was able to get one. Yeah, they're really good dog, man. Jay, you got anything while we wrapping up, bro?
Nah, I'm clear.
Yeah, Jay's good. Jay got some shit coming out too, man. He's gonna be doing some stuff. See him, try to make him give him a slot to promote on the show as well. But yo, guys, yeah, I'm definitely looking. If y'all doing anything, I'm definitely down to be a guest. I'm about to try to circulate my shit back on to everybody. I'm trying to get back on shows, and I'm really putting myself back out there. So y'all gonna be seeing my face again. If you missed me, I'm back, baby. Yo, listen, thank you guys so much. It's been Live on the Line. Yo, we out. See y'all next week. All right, so we're gonna be live for a second.